Try this again, boys. Oh, Lord.
Don't wanna sleep in, cause I got something to prove. I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah, I'll tie up my chest. I'll never forget what.
Alrighty, boys. Sorry about the technical difficulties. Good evening, good afternoon. I gotta do a little reset here because that other one, my internet went down right in the middle of the stream. And lost everything. Revenge of the spacesuit. It appears to be so. So, look, we obviously we're going to be talking about the 5-star commit and Xavier Filsaime. Appreciate you guys hopping back over. I don't know what happened there, but first time for everything. We're bouncing right back into it. Look, let's talk about it. Obviously, again, yesterday was a great day for Orange and Blue game. Already did all this, but I want the video to still go up because we obviously didn't have it. But we're ready to rock and roll. No, shake it off, keep it moving. So look, guys, as I was saying before we got kicked off the air, Xavier Filsaime, right? 6'1", 185-star recruit out of McKinney, Texas. Absolutely huge, as I mentioned in the previous stream. Austin Armstrong and Corey Raymond are getting the nod for this recruit, which is great to have under Austin's belt because there wasn't much there, and just another notch to Corey Raymond's belt as well. So phenomenal addition for those guys in their recruiting resume. And look, another one from Texas. Huge for the pipeline, huge for DJ Lagway to keep this pipeline going. And now we've got two guys that are going to be in Texas. Hopefully, just a stronger connection to the state of Texas. I think, look, there's a ton of talent there that we have to be tapped into. So absolutely love seeing that we're able to get this done. Big stuff there. Chris G, love you, man. Love you. love you too, Bubba. The big thing I wanted to go over as we were getting kicked off, right, as I was notating, is last year we had one 5-star commit in Jaden Rashada. Now, that 5th star didn't come until later on, but he eventually obviously didn't actually commit, so we never really actually landed a 5-star. With the addition of Xavier Filsaime, this now is the second 5-star of the 2024 class, and it's only April. Obviously, a lot of talks of Jeremiah Smith. Hopefully, the opportunity to scoop him up. Again, long shot, I know, but you know how your boy does. He likes to look at the positive, glass half full kind of mentality, right? So imagine that could happen. I'm thinking about the Jarrett Gibson situation, another 5-star. I love our running backs that we got thus far. I'm not trying to say I want anything else, but I'm just trying to. You get caught up in the moment, right? I always say, hey, it's just stars. You can't get caught up in it, but it is fun to look at, right? Because it does speak volumes. It's great for publicity of, hey, how many 5-stars can you land? And you got Alabama landed 7+ last year, right? So we've already got 2, which is fantastic. Now, 247 has a 4-star. Him has a 4-star composite, 5-star non-composite. So hopefully the overall composite will go up as the year goes on. He's ranked 36 nationally. Either way, blue chip, massive addition to the team. But there also was Colin Simmons was there last night, and there was a picture going around with the three of them, DJ, Xavier, and Simmons. Well, we got 2/3 of the way, boys. So landing that will be absolutely huge, okay? Miles Graham will get his 5th star. It's a possibility, man. There's a lot of those guys that could 100% move up on the list. But I did a little calculation, okay? You know how we like to do these things. I've heard another name kind of floating around. We're not going to get into that name, but I have added him to the calculations on top of where we're at right now. We sit 6th in ranking, 1 above Florida State, which is incredible. I love that at 7. They have an overall player rating of 89.6, while we sit at an overall rating of 94.6. Again, just high-quality players coming to Gainesville. And again, I am live from Gainesville currently. That's why there is a new setup today. Feeling good, feeling bougie today. Okay, outside of my internet connection, feeling pretty good. Again, Georgia's at 94.6. We're tied with them at 94.6. Ohio State's at 94.2. And I want to say Bama's like 97. Yeah, 97.47 with their 4 commits. They've got 2 5-stars and 2 4-stars. So we're basically tied for second for overall player value. And is there a coincidence on that? A little quinkadink that you got Saban and then 2 of Saban's heirs, both with the highest ratings? I think not. Boys. And Jeremiah Smith, obviously, that's a big one that Ohio State has right now. So we will see. But I did a little bit of calculations. Went to the calculator. We did a lot of this last year. I enjoy the calculator. Makes things fun. Keeps the energy flowing. Okay? Right now we're at 161. Jordan Pride obviously decommitted from FSU. Crystal ball literally from on 3 the next night, 93% or something like that, or 97% to Florida. Okay? Just like that. It's been in the talks. The guy has literally been living in Gainesville for the last 6 months. Would be shocked if we don't land Jordan Pride. So I added Jordan Pride. Okay? 4-star safety. Got Xavier and Jordan Pride. And Josiah Davis. 3 safeties. Now, Josiah's a 3-star, so we got 5-4-3. Love it. We can use him. Okay? I also added Colin Simmons. 5-star. If we land Colin, he would be the highest rated of our class with a 99 score. Again, I haven't heard anything about Colin Simmons. Just going off the news, what we're seeing. Colin having a great time at Gainesville. He took a picture of a jet or a helicopter, very Kirby-esque. So I loved seeing that. And then I added the other person that is being thrown around as well. That puts us at 219. 219 puts us in a hot second. Still well behind Georgia. But with those commits, that puts us at a total of 10. Okay? And Georgia's at 12. So we'll be about 20 points behind Georgia, and they're 2 commits ahead of us. So, now, if we want to get crazy, we can get crazy here, okay? Look, just sit. You guys know how I am, so I don't want anybody yelling at me about the nonsense here. You guys know how I like to function, okay? I always like to just see what's going on here. If we add Jeremiah Smith to the mix, what does that do? Okay? You guys know how we do with the calculator, so if you're new here and you're like, what is this kid doing? Welcome to the stream. All right? But I like to know what we're working with here, you know? Why is he not popping up? Jera. I don't know why I can't find him here, boys. To add him to the... Spelling everything right? Okay. Making sure. See where this puts us, boys. All right, there he is. The addition of Jeremiah Smith will put us at 238. So with 11 commits, that'll put us literally tickling Georgia's butt. All right, like 3 points behind. It's crazy. Lots got to go right. But I love it. Any chance that we get Pride soon? I mean, I would think, right? I would think. Do you know something, Sheldon? I don't know anything. You guys know how I do. Just like to think about the what ifs. Think about the what ifs. Okay? So, good to see that there. I do want to take a look at some of these clips that are going around with Xavier and these hard-hitting hits from Mr. Xavier. So, let's take a look at those. And let's have some fun with that, yeah? Bam! Bam! Welcome to the show, baby. Welcome to the show. Oh, don't do this. Okay. Big football hit right there, boys. The internet is just giving us some fits today, huh? Doesn't want us to be successful. Doesn't want us to have a good time, I see. Oh, Lord. This nice house, and I can't even get good internet. It's unbelievable. Let's see if his Huddle account will work. I was watching this earlier, so. Here we go. Watch some of this here. So obviously this is some film from high school. I believe this was last year. Big hit there. Oh, it looks like what was an onside kick attempt. I love this play. Look at this. I mean, like, what a highlight, right? Guy's like, here, take it. He's like, I got you, boo. To the house. To the house. This guy's like, come here. He's like, you know, get off me. Get off me. What a highlight, right? Like, I mean, I don't think he didn't really make the play, but he was still on it. So, love to see it. Here it is. Open field tackle. You're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. You're mine. You're here to stay. Seems like it's all from the same game here right now. Good speed. Good speed. Good D. Uh-oh, poor kid. I think that was the hit we just saw. Yeah, that was the big hit we just saw from the Twitter space. Okay, 1v1. Let's see how he does here. Oh! Oh! Hold on. Put your seatbelts back on, boys. Oh! Mama, there goes that man. Big hit.
You'll see Armstrong blow his load on that dude. Smiley face.
Oh, Jesus. Good tackle. Good wrap-up tackle. Bro, what a stadium. This is a high school stadium, dude. Oh, he stripped it. Just took it out of him. This kid's a playmaker, man. I'm loving this. I'm loving this. And I mean, we could tell this guy's playing in a big-time high school as well, too. Did you see that stadium? Bigger than Miami's. Loving it. Just meeting the running back. Just popping everybody, bro. 180. Every bit of it, too. Here we go. Man on man. Get off me. I didn't see where the ball went on that one. I'm watching him. Ooh, a little back pedal there. I'd imagine, they don't get too much. It's hard to get probably. Bam! What a read. Here we go. Yeah, good read. Oh, here we go. I love this view. Boom, baby. I mean, he's put them off their ass. Oh, the same play, I think? Yeah. A lot going on. I'm trying to miss him on that one. Bro, big hitter. Look at him. Energy, boys. Gonna be huge, man. Having these kids, I think, like the important part to having these kids so early, and I've talked about it time and time again, especially now with DJ Lagway. You got 2 5-stars now leading the way at recruiting, right? So you've got a monster on offense leading the way. Now you've got a big time stud on defense, right? You got your 2 quarterbacks on both sides of the ball, and in a sense of a high recruit, they're going to be able to amplify. Look at this stadium. Going to be able to amplify recruiting. I think it's absolutely massive, and it's a very important of how soon they got these guys. And look, I think I talked about this before. Last time at Friday Night Lights, I felt like we were playing catch up and starting to get guys through from Friday Night Lights. But now if we can land a few this weekend, Friday Night Lights is when we're going to be able to utilize all what we do now to capitalize even bigger on Friday Night Lights versus playing catch up. Right? Now, I see you guys kind of talking in the comments about the Orange and Blue game last night. We're going to have probably a whole separate stream later on tonight about that. We'll definitely talk about it and go over it. I was trying to watch some film because obviously going to the game, it's hard to see. But I want to pick. Oh, okay. I was like, I want an interception highlight. You know what I mean? Let me see if I can get this Twitter pulled up again. No, it doesn't want to behave. It does not want to behave. Our boy Connor Clark, that's the man right there, boys. You already know. He's the one who shared the video, so. Boom, big hits. I love these views. Oh, it's just the one hit. It's only 14 seconds. Okay, I thought it was a accumulation of hits. Well, anyways, good to see you guys all here today. How are we feeling so far? Let me know in the chat. So we got a super chat here. Y'all see Armstrong? Yes, I did see Armstrong. I'm not going to talk about that. Super chat from Adrian Rapp says, Sheldon is the GOAT. How about them Gators? Billy Ballsack about to spank some of those other folks. Let's effing go. Also, did you see Colin Simmons' tweet? What's up with the tweet? Like today, yesterday? Can the stream tonight be a Colin Godspeed? These are great questions. And I don't see why wouldn't we do a Colin show after the first game. You know what? Godspeed. It's going to be a Colin show tonight, boys. Man, that's why I love this guy. It's a phenomenal idea. First game, obviously that was going to be the goal for the year, is to have a Colin show afterwards to get your guys' perspective on things and how we're feeling, right? The Fanatic review of things. Shout out to Evis Fanatics for that. But yeah, I think that's a phenomenal idea. So if you guys are watching this, we'll be doing a live call-in show later tonight around 7:30 or 8. We'll see how the night goes, but obviously I'll post it and we'll be ready to rock and roll. But it's a phenomenal idea. He tweeted 3 Gators this morning. I love it. I think he's obviously there right now, and having a good time and having a good visit. Loves to get him before he leaves, but 5 stars being as high as rated as you are, I don't know. I did see Jarrett Gibson got an official visit. His 5th, he had 4 already scheduled. His 5th one's going to Miami, boys. The 5th scheduled visit for Jarrett Gibson has been set for Miami. So it doesn't look like Florida is getting one, and it'll be interesting to see, if it's because, hey, we weren't interested because he was just there this weekend. Literally was there this weekend, and then the following day, he sets an official visit for Miami. Very interesting to see that kind of develop there. So, need to get Colin Simmons. Again, Karen, I don't disagree, man. Daniel says Mertz is not an SC quarterback. Daniel, why are we doing that right now, bro? I was just talking about this yesterday. Like, we're talking about 5-star commits, man. You coming in here on a celebratory stream, okay? On a Wednesday, I'm fine with that, but not on a stream like this, guys. Hey, almost 6-7 in the chat. Make sure you guys show some love, like, and subscribe. Appreciate the love and support. But, look, all in all, excited for this commit. Love how it happened at halftime yesterday. Again, there was a video of it that Johnny Townsend posted. It's no longer up because I was going to share it with you guys. He put the jersey on, the Gator jersey, in front of all the recruits. They went in during halftime, and he committed in front of everybody, which is really cool. I'm hearing there's over 300 recruits there. It's unbelievable how the number just goes up. And it was cool to hear. I saw Billy's press conference last night, and they talked to him about recruiting on or having the orange and blue game on certain days and why they had it. And he goes, look, last year it was on Thursday due to it being Easter weekend and Friday being Good Friday and then obviously Sunday being Easter. That was more so why we chose Thursday. And he goes, this Thursday, and he said straight up, he goes, look, there's no competition. We're not going up against anybody. But he goes, every year we're going to take a look at it and see what day best fits us for recruiting our strategy, and that's what we're going to go forward with. So I like it. Honestly, and I was talking with Cam Bishop, one of our fans here that we love, where he was talking about, hey, a game on Saturday, 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's just pissing hot, that's brutal. It's not fun. And then last night was very enjoyable. It was not hot. There was energy, right? The tailgate was a good time because the tailgate started at around 4 o'clock. Now, a Friday night probably be a little bit better. I think that might be the move. But I know UCF is doing one tonight. But Friday night would be huge, I think, because I think the show out would be a lot better. People don't have to worry about going to work the next day, right? That's a big thing. They probably take off early on Friday, get there to tailgate earlier. But it was bumping, man. The energy was there. Obviously, it didn't feel like a full game like it was for Utah, but it was definitely packed. It was more packed than I thought it would be for an orange and blue game on a Thursday night. And some people are going to I'm sure, take jabs of how many people were there. I thought it was hella packed out for an orange and blue game. We're talking about practice, okay? Not a game. Practice. And the energy was there. Now, obviously, the lackluster offensive performance allowed for the energy to kind of die down. But I have my thoughts and my takes on it. We'll do that on tonight's show. Obviously, there's some good, there's some bad, there's some ugly, as is everything. I think one thing to keep it into perspective is I want to say this was like the 18th practice, I believe. I could be wrong there on the exact number, but think about that. A lot of these guys, Graham Mertz, didn't come in until January. Okay, it's April. And they're learning each other still. They're still getting to know one another. You get a new defensive coordinator. I'm not making excuses, just laying out the land here. But there's a lot of time to get better. A lot of time to make some improvements. So we'll see. But make sure you guys show some love. Drop a like. There has to be something more. It says, love the recruiting, but wow, the spring game going to be a long year. And I think, too, that we have to keep in mind, I always do this, I'm getting ahead of myself. We have to keep in mind that this year, right, obviously I want to be extremely successful this year, but I think we have to understand that, look, it's going to be an awkward year. We're in a transition year, but if we land a top 3 class this year, and obviously the recruits that we pulled in last year. Saw some exciting flashes. Shamar James looked incredible last night. Aiden Mazzell, loved watching him play. Marcus Burke did some fantastic things. I'm getting ahead of myself, but it's okay. We can recap it again later tonight. But a lot of good stuff that I saw. And again, I want to go back and watch the film too. Is why I'm not prepared 100%. It's hard to see a lot of things. I was watching certain things while I was there. I was watching Graham Mertz a lot. What I did like about him is his vision of reading the field. It felt like it was, look, dirty pocket. Even Billy said that. Didn't have much time, right? And that was an O-line situation. I know there were some injuries as well. And that was a concern to me. Remember, I told you guys that was going to be a big focus for me on what I wanted to watch, is how the O-line was going to perform. And it didn't excite me. But the running back room, man, dogs, baby. Hold on. I got to hit it. Got that dog. They look good. Cam Curl over here doing leaps and bounds, right? Trayon looked good too, man. Freshman running back out there just eating. And obviously Trevor and Montreal doing what they do best, just looking good. But a lot of bright things to be excited about. Really is. Sean, let's talk tonight about hypothetical quarterbacks we could get from the portal. I'm all in. I hope we land college. Agreed, NLD. Callie says, very excited about Cameron Carroll, running back, easily strength of the offense. Yeah, Cameron Carroll, dude. I mean, think about it. That's a third back, boys. The third back. Just out there looking like a dog, boys. It was fun to watch. Why don't most of these fans can't get is that spring game is about getting their feet back wet. And that's a big thing too, man. They've been off, right? In practice, you're transitioning from practice to a game, and there's a lot there. Unfortunately, with the spring game, this is what's going to happen, right? Like, what are your expectations? What are you hoping to see? I wanted to see a little bit more, but again, the defense loved how fast they were moving around. Go watch what the D-line did last night. They were throwing all kinds of tricks and ponies at him, and I think Austin wasn't holding up at all, which I love seeing. I loved his energy, loved how exciting he was. Look, man, things are getting back in the right direction, but it's going to take time. I think it's crazy to me that people think, like, we were 7-6 last year with a first-round quarterback and first-round potential NFL draft quarterback in Anthony Richardson. And I don't know how we expect to just all of a sudden be, right where we want to be. I think we can get there, but it's going to take time. We've got to be patient. Exactly, Vicky. Look, I'm excited. I think with how things look in the field, the things that I wanted to see, and how recruiting is going thus far, I'm not worried about a thing, boys. Not worried about a thing. Center needs to work on snapping. Sure thing. So I'm concerned about Miller. He's been in the system for a few years, and Mertz looked better with a short amount of time. I heard some noise about Miller possibly hitting in the portal. We'll see. I don't know. I mean, that's just kind of noise. That's just people talking. So it could be. But from what I gather from the quarterbacks is Jack looked more comfortable throwing the ball, right? Kind of just understanding the offense a little bit. But Mertz looked more comfortable overall. Again, missed a few passes, but reading the defense, just being in the pocket, his pocket awareness and presence looked much better. But Jack just felt more like, hey, I've been playing with this team for a while. I can sling it. I know how to throw it to, things like that. More naturally fit, if that makes sense. But again, Graham, what I was watching with him is his ability when he was rolling out, he was still looking to throw versus a lot of times Anthony last year having the ability to run like he can. Probably dealt with that should I throw or run mentality, which is great that he has that ability to run, but sometimes it could overcome the fact that like you don't know what decision to make. Graham was always looking to throw. So we will see. Look, everyone say, hey, we're gonna be mad if Miller leaves, but we need that depth. Definitely need that depth in case something happens and goes down. Montreal House says, what up, Schultz? What's up, Montreal? How you doing, baby? If that's the thing, is our offense lackluster or is our D going to be a top 3 in the nation? Hard to judge against your own team. It really is, man. It really is. The positive side of things is our D is elite, which, look, if they're that great, awesome. That means our offense is going to go up against them every single weekend or every single week and naturally get better. Or is the offense, that poor? I think it was a mixture of both. be honest with you. I think the defense is much improved, and I think they feel like they have a lot to prove. I feel like a lot from what I've heard and from what we spoke about, the cancerous parts of the team were on the defensive side of the ball last year, and all those are gone. So with this new up-and-coming team, there's a lot of young guys that are taking the helm there on the defensive side of things, and I think it's showing, and it showed pretty quickly. But again, the offensive side of things are young too. But I think Graham's working. Look, if you can watch, and they're going to be calm, but Graham looked pretty, cool about things, and so did Billy. That was something that I found very interesting. Is during his press conference, Billy looked cool, man. He didn't look flustered. He didn't look upset. He looked a little bit like he did after the Utah game. Like, let's go. I felt good. I'm happy with that performance. And we've seen Billy when he's upset and frustrated. I think you could tell, like, it's a very small window of excitement and non-excitement, but you could tell when it's on the higher end of happiness or on the lower end of sadness, and it felt like it was on the higher end of happiness this time. So that was good to see, in my opinion. That was my takeaway from his press conference. Mertz got better as he went. Great. I love that, Callie. And I said that. I don't know who I was talking to. I was texting people during the game. Come halftime, it looked like a whole new Mertz came out there. Just felt more confident. He started throwing the ball a lot better, hitting his spots. Now, they didn't score because there was a couple of turnovers, big hits on the defense at the end, a couple of blunders in the red zone, 100%. But Callie is right. At the end of the game, towards the second half, he was moving the ball pretty quarterly up and down the field. And you got to keep in mind, too, and I know this is kind of a bad excuse, but there was a couple of sacks, and if the quarterback gets touched, the play is down. And it would be just like Graham is, moving, and it wasn't like he was even going to get tackled. Like they're being blocked, and they would just get touched, and the play's over with. So there's a lot of things you guys got to keep in perspective here with this. If he hasn't admitted it, when Mertz hit Pearsall for 40-yard gain, that was an important moment. That was a big throw. It felt like a noodle throw, though. I don't know. It feel like, compared to watching Anthony just absolutely zip the ball down the field, I don't think we're going to see a lot of that this year. So let's make sure that we are prepared for that when watching it. Billy Shep admitted another quarterback is already on the way. Did he also mention that? Oh, look, he's been saying that the whole time. So I plan on making it to the next spring game, James. Look, I think you have to, man. I think that was a really good time. I really enjoyed it. Grayson McCall. Look, Mazzell showed a lot of speed. I know he had a lot of missed passes, but he showed a lot of speed. But I'm excited. I think, look, everyone's nervous, excited, ready to rock and roll. A lot of jittery feelings. I think Caleb Douglas looked good. Boardingham looked good. And Burke looked extremely good as well, too. Any smoke with Grayson McCall coming? I haven't heard any of that, boys. I don't know what would have changed from last time to this time. Do you think the guy got smarter and got his grades up over the last 4 months? Maybe he did. Maybe he went back. That's a possibility. Maybe this first 3 months, he went and got some credits that he needed that was not allowing him to transfer. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm excited. I'm pretty sure it opens up on Sunday, so it'll be cool to see what we do in the portal. But, again, we think about just adding pieces, right? Like we're building a fantasy football team, and that's how I think about how we try to manage this situation. It's just how can I get the best name on my team, right? And it works for fantasy football because these guys aren't playing with one another, right? But when you got a football team, you can't just start adding pieces and not expect a change. So it's like a formula, right? It's a science project. You put too many different chemicals in, it's going to explode. So we think like, oh, we just add Grayson McCall, and we just add this guy, and we just add this guy. Like logically, or just in our head, it makes sense. But putting different personalities and all that, just throwing them into the bowl and hoping they work out, always isn't ideal. So that's something to keep in mind too. I know that's kind of a further thought process, but something to definitely keep in mind. Does that 25 quarterback reclassify? These are other great, I heard some noise. I heard some noise on last night. I'm not gonna get too much into it, but I heard some noise. Colin Simmons with the eyes. What's going on? Is he tweeting more, boys? Like I go live and things just start exploding here. My internet's breaking down. Graham Mertz on mine, for me particularly on Twitter, is trending right now, which is pretty funny. It's Friday, folks. Oh, Saftey Gage is going to UCF. My little brother is going to be there as well. He got invited. These boys are moving. They're moving around. Bro, UCF's doing a good job, man. They really are. I hate to say it, but they are doing a good job. Did Shelly get his chemistry PhD? But nobody. I'm just saying, bro. You know I'm right. You know when I said it, you're like, you know what? Actually, that's a good thought. That's a good thought. He hits with the 3 Gators. Yeah, okay. So same tweet as earlier. Well, boys and girls, we've been rocking and rolling. I got 95 in the chat. I appreciate it. It's Friday morning at 10 a.m. and we're out here bumping. I love that. That gets me excited. I apologize for the earlier malfunction, but we're back. We're rolling. We're having a good time. Again, we will be live tonight for a live call-in show to talk about everything Orange and Blue game. This was me yesterday, boys. Look at this. This was for the exclusive tent where I got to hang out with Tommy Townsend, and this is when I got on the field later on. I feel like a college girl just left the bar scene after a long night. You know what I mean? I don't know if I should take them off or just keep riding it. You know, it's kind of like when you were a kid, you're like, I had such a good time, and you just want to, like, when you go back to school, when you show everybody your cool wrist bracelets, that's how I feel right now. So I might just keep them on for a couple of days so I can show them off for nobody who cares, but you guys might care. But I love you guys as always. Appreciate you guys for hanging out. John says, what's your opinion on having the spring game against a Division II team, not the Orange and Blue game? They were talking about it during the game last night. I would love that. We actually talked about it Wednesday, I think, or the Wednesday before that. I mentioned that. I think it would be – you would get a better read, I would feel, of how the team is playing. And, again, there's a lot of things that Holly brought up of why it wouldn't work. Those are easy things to overcome. But I think it would be absolutely phenomenal. You've got preseason in every other sport. Why not do it for college football? It makes complete sense. And look, college football is all about the money, and this is another opportunity to make some cheddar. So I love it. But make sure you guys call in. Colin Simmons put out a tweet not putting out a top 5. Very interesting. Very interesting. Andre Moore said, what's up, Shaw? Great meeting you yesterday. Heading back to Kingsland, Georgia. Go Gators. Andre, great meeting you as well. Go Gators. And again, I said this in the previous cast before we got knocked out, but appreciate you all of you that came by and said hey to me. It was absolutely incredible. It was just I can't really put a finger on it, on how amazing that was. Just walking around Gainesville, place I've loved forever and as always, and being people excited to see me, and I was just excited to see them and put a face with the name. It was truly it was very humbling. It was really, really cool. I didn't know how to handle it. I didn't know how to really take it all in. I'm good behind a camera and talking into a mic, but seeing everybody was just really cool, and loved your guys' energy. It was really cool. Some people were like, hey, man, I watch. I just don't say much in the chat, and it was like, I know there's a lot of you that just watch and just listen and don't necessarily communicate, but you still enjoy the show and still love it, and I love you guys for always supporting me and hanging out. It really means a lot. It's really cool. And Godspeed, yes, great idea for the call-in show. So we'll do a call-in show tonight for the Orange and Blue game. Love you guys as always. You guys be good, be safe, go Gators, and have a great Friday. Let's tune up, get your chops ready for tonight. I want call-ins out the woo-ha tonight. We're going to get fired up, gonna have a good time. We're going to rock and roll. Love you guys as always. Go Gators, like and subscribe. We'll see you in the next one.
I gotta take what I hate and finally make a move. I think of you and all the shit you don't do. Well, I'ma make hella sure that I don't become you. I have no regrets, yeah.